everybody, Mr. The Fanboy here. This is my review slash rant on the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, which just went off almost an hour ago. Or 50 minutes ago, 40 to 50 minutes ago. And I just want to say, while this pay-per-view wasn't terrible, I do not agree with the booking of the main event. For one thing, I'll congratulate WWE on this one. They actually have me somewhat interested. Usually when it comes to WWE pay-per-views, nowadays I usually just don't care. I watched and enjoyed the Royal Rumble. Yeah, before I start this review, let me give a quick review of the Royal Rumble and a reason why I'm even watching this. Why I was even watching this pay-per-view. The Royal Rumble, I actually enjoyed the Royal Rumble. I felt some matches could have been on the pre-show, and I also felt there were way too many matches on the card when there was only really one match I cared for. There was only really two matches I cared for. That was the handicap match with Styles, Zayn, and Owens. That's the only match. That was that, and of course the epic match itself, the Royal Rumble. I turned the pay-per-view off at the women's Royal Rumble, and I actually enjoyed Royal Rumble. There were lots of cool spots. There were lots of cool spots, such as two legends coming back. Hurricane, I wish it could have lasted longer. I hated that he had to be a joke and be eliminated by Cena. I enjoyed the Hurricane, who got a massive pop. And I also enjoyed Rey Mysterio's return. There was also lots of comedy in the match. One of the funniest moments was Sheamus's entrance. On his birthday, he came out and got eliminated by Heath Slater, who Heath Slater was getting just beat up by everyone. So yeah, like I said, Royal Rumble, that was an awesome show, and I'm happy that Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble. I'm interested in seeing him at WrestleMania. You don't see me, besides Indians, you don't see much Asian wrestlers getting pushes. To be fair, in my opinion, up until now, no good Asian wrestler has wrestled in WWE. Tajiri is good, but I never really saw him as a main eventer. And I thought Taka Michinoku and Funaki were terrible and had no business being involved in the gimmick heavy of WWE. Kenzo Suzuki, he was horribly misutilized. So pretty much, yeah, Asians just don't get pushed. But to be fair, there hasn't been any real good, up until now, there hasn't been any real good Asian in WWE. You have Shinsuke Nakamura, you got that Akira Hawaza guy on 220 Live, and now you have Kenta Hideo Itami is in WWE. These are only like good Asians you've actually had. All the badass Asian wrestlers are in New Japan and Noah, and now Impact Wrestling with my man Taiji Ishimori. That's where all the good Japanese wrestlers are. But continuing, so yeah, the Royal Rumble was good. I just wasn't in the mood to review it. Because, like I said, I just really don't care that much for WWE these days. They're much better, but they still suck, especially in comparison to New Japan and all the other, especially in comparison to New Japan, Impact Wrestling, and all the other wrestling promotions. Whenever WWE does something good, New Japan, Impact Wrestling, What Culture Pro Wrestling, pretty much New Japan and the Indies will always show them up. The Indies will always show them up whenever WWE does something. WWE does something good. And while Royal Rumble was good, and while this pay-per-view was good too, it has nothing on Wrestle Kingdom or any of the shows New Japan has had this year. Yeah, the Impacts. But all the Impacts wrestling television broadcasts were better than both of these pay-per-views right here. Like I said, while this pay-per-view wasn't bad, because I didn't care about anything on this pay-per-view. I actually fell asleep through half of the show. I only tuned in to see two things: Broken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. Broken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt and the Raw Elimination Chamber match with the two guys I wanted to win, Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman were in this match. I initially didn't care, but when I saw those two added on, I'm gonna do a new video series after this, and the first one is my WWE short roster review, where I take one wrestler or a couple of wrestlers from WWE and give my overall review on these guys instead of watching or reviewing a show they're a part of. I'm gonna give my short review and what I think of them and what I think of them, because then this Braun Strowman guy has totally got me back interested in watching wrestling, particularly WWE. He is the first, I would say, the pure WWE guy to get me to watch WWE. When it comes to watching WWE, it's usually wrestlers from other companies, which is the only other reason I'm watching WWE. TNA and the Japanese wrestlers and the legends are only things I tune into. I'm only paying attention to WWE for. The TNA wrestlers, the Japanese wrestlers. I say Japanese because not all are from New Japan. Not all of them from New Japan. And of course, the legends like Brock Lesnar, and of course the Hall of Fame this year. You have Goldberg, Ivory, and Jeff Jarrett in the Hall of Fame this year. Hall of Fame sucks me, but you have a good class this year. So you have a good class this year. So seeing those guys, seeing those people at WrestleMania will be a good thing, even though and of course, then we got Shinsuke wrestling AJ Styles. A rematch from their New Japan match. The New Japan match, I thought it was kind of overrated, but good to see Shinsuke getting a push. Haven't been a fan of Shinsuke's WWE run, so I'm really happy to see him. Really happy to see him. Really happy to see him on the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure it won't be the main event. I hope it's not the opener like it was years ago with Del Rio and Edge's final match, and then the year later with Bryan and Sheamus. Don't even get me started on that. So yeah, but let's get to my issues with this show. So like I said, that's the only two things I cared about. I actually fell asleep through all of the show up until there were three good things on this pay-per-view. Besides the two matches I announced, the Ronda Rousey debut segment. Hate Ronda Rousey, but Ronda Rousey is what I want in WWE. And what I want in pro wrestling and what pro wrestling desperately needs. That transcendent star. That's what Ronda Rousey is. And that whole segment with her and Triple H and Stephanie was that whole segment between her and Triple H and Stephanie was great. I'm actually looking forward to this feud. I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm actually happy to see Triple H in 2000 in the 2010s. I've been sick of him since 2008, since mid 2008. Happy to see Triple H, and I'm also happy to see Stephanie McMahon, who I got sick of her in the early 2000s. I'm actually happy to see these two. For the first time, I'm actually happy to see these two. I'm actually looking forward to that segment between Triple H, Stephanie, where Ronda Rousey hip tossed Triple H through the table, and Kurt Angle instigated that entire thing. That whole segment was awesome. I'm actually looking forward to seeing more from them. Then let's get to the double main event. You had Matt Hardy beating Bray Wyatt in a solid fight with lots of cool theatrics. So happy Broken Matt Hardy is back in Broken Matt Hardy is back in WWE. WWE needs him more than TNA does at this point. WWE, they, like I said, they're terrible. They kind of need anyone and anything good to make me excited to watch any show of theirs. So yeah, Matt Hardy beat Bray Wyatt in a solid match. I just want to see Matt Hardy on pay-per-view, Broken Matt Hardy on pay-per-view, and this was the internet dream match everyone was talking about. My opinion, Matt Hardy owns Bray Wyatt, so I didn't care about match quality. I just wanted to see these two characters. I just wanted to see Broken Matt Hardy on pay-per-view. I didn't care about the match quality. So yeah, Matt Hardy in a solid match beat Bray Wyatt. Then of course you had the main event. I accidentally missed the first half of the main event, so when I came back, Strowman, Cena, Roman Reigns, and Finn Balor were already out of the chambers, and Elias Simpson was just about to be released. He was the last to be released from his chamber, and non-stop action, man. And one thing I'll give WWE, this was an awesome match. It had me on the edge of my seat. I wanted Braun. I was rooting for Braun and Seth the entire time. Braun and Seth the entire time. I damn sure didn't want John Cena to win. I was really happy when he got eliminated. I was really happy when he got eliminated. Thank you. At least it won't be Cena at in the main event of WrestleMania. It won't be Cena. I was okay with Finn Balor winning. I haven't been okay with Finn Balor's WWE run. He's boring in comparison to what he was in New Japan. In New Japan, but this tonight is probably one of his best performances, and I would be okay with him challenging Brock Lesnar. He's also not believable in challenging Brock Lesnar. So, but I would have been okay with him challenging Brock Lesnar. Um, like I said, I wanted Seth or Strowman to win. Strowman was the best choice because he's the best match for Brock Lesnar. He's the best match for Brock Lesnar. Just like I said, one of the best wrestlers to come into WWE in a long time. The show is Raw. Whatever show he is on is always good. Whenever he was on, 2 to 3 weeks ago, when he went on a rampage on Raw, destroying everything, when he got fired and started destroying everything, picking up the truck, beating up Michael Cole. It was awesome, man. Last year when he beat up Roman Reigns and coined the infamous "I'm not finished with you, I'm not finished with you" phrase that everyone repeats now. Like I said, Strowman is the best thing to happen in WWE in a long time. And tonight he got screwed. He got screwed. I'll give it to WWE because I'm actually angry. Usually I wouldn't care. Oh, this is another terrible show from WWE. I'm actually angry that Braun Strowman will not be facing Brock Lesnar in the main event. It's gonna be Roman Reigns and Cena. Braun Strowman will probably face Elias Simpson, who he's been feuding with, for the past month. But I'm actually angry. It won't be Braun Strowman and Lesnar, which is what I want to see. I also enjoyed the triple threat match between them and Royal Rumble, between Strowman, Kane, and Lesnar in Royal Rumble. That was also the other match of the night. But here, I wanted to see Strowman win, and it looked that way. So like I said, I was happy when Cena was out. It was also awesome how Strowman eliminated Cena. Then I love how he eliminated Finn Balor, because Finn Balor was just about to eliminate Roman Reigns, who I also didn't want to win. I didn't want Roman Reigns to win because Roman Reigns, as a personality, I like him, but as a wrestler and as a character, he is terrible. He is terrible. I'm going to steal one from Bruce Blitz here. The shit factor of professional wrestling is Roman Reigns. This guy, all he is a finisher, a spear. All he is a finisher, a spear, and he has the size and the look. Too bad he doesn't have the mic skills or the wrestling ability. His punching and fighting is terrible. His Superman punch is one of the lamest finishes in the world. All he has is a spear. And his catchphrases and just promo ability is just terrible. It's just terrible. He's not the new Lesnar or Brock, not the new Lesnar or The Rock. Nowhere near either one of them. He's the next Batista and Kevin Nash. Two wrestlers who I think absolutely suck. Batista way better in Hollywood, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe than he's ever been in the ring. That guy, when he was here, just like Roman Reigns, he's better than Roman Reigns, but just like Roman Reigns, poor wrestling ability, weak wrestling ability, not much movement in the ring, poor stamina, and okay mic skills. He was a great character, but just okay. He had the look and everything. He had the look and everything, but that's all he pretty much was, which is why he's better off in Hollywood. Then you got Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash had the worst run ever as Diesel in WWE. He was actually pretty good in WCW. Kevin Nash from '96 to 2001 is Kevin Nash at his best. And see, he was awesome in WCW because he had wrestlers. He had wrestlers who could have a good match with him. In WWE, the only three wrestlers who could have a good match with him were Taker, Michaels. Oh yeah, four: Taker, Michaels, Razor Ramon, and Bret Hart were the only good wrestlers who could have a good match with him in WWE. That '95 reign when he was champion, that was absolutely terrible. Whenever I go back and watch '95, I always watch the mid-card stuff with Jarrett, Ramon, Bret Hart, and 1-2-3 Kid, and Dean Douglas, and Shawn Michaels. His stuff is absolutely boring. The only good match he had that year was the WrestleMania '95 match with Michaels, and the Survivor Series '95 match with Bret Hart. Yeah, and Roman Reigns is that now, and he's worse than both of them. Than both of them, and yet it was him who won. It was Roman Reigns who won. He last defeated Braun Strowman to get the 1-2-3. So like I said, every match I watched was for the most part good, and the main event definitely delivered, but the booking just kind of kills the entire show. Like I said, I can't tell you much from the earlier part of the card. I fell asleep. Because like I said, I didn't care. I didn't care about the other stuff. I actually fell asleep. At the beginning of the show. At the beginning of the show. Well, this was my rant and review on Elimination Chamber. Well, I'm done for now.